When I was a late teenager, I did a lot of couch surfing. I didn't want to be a burden on my family. I was also struggling with my identity. And then as I got older, I adopted children and saw kind of what was going on behind the scenes. One of the students came to me who was trans-masculine, and they had been kicked out of their home. And I called around the LGBT community to different people I knew, and everyone agreed there was just no resources. So when people saw the numbers of youth that were experiencing homelessness in Oklahoma City, it really opened up people's eyes. And so I just spoke with everyone that I could, and seeking a space to either shelter or have a day center or for funding. After peddling my ideas around to everybody who would listen for 2 years, a fella gave me a year lease for $1 in Oklahoma City off I-40 and Meridian, and we started a day center. We were just open Wednesdays, and the first day it was open, there was only one youth, and then that doubled, and then it tripled. And then that first year, at the end of the day, after all the youth were in there and they were playing games and like creating family together, and they were in the clothing closet and eating and just being kids, at the end of the day we had to take them and just drop them off behind 7-Eleven at the dumpster. And it was so hard. We just, in that first year, it was just a lot of sitting in the chair trying to figure out how to get a shelter. The first milestone was securing the dorm at Church of the Open Arms. Nobody has a foundation to stand on without shelter or housing. You can't think about a job, you can't think about starting a family. You can't think, you just are in fight or flight mode until you have a foundation under your feet. So as much as we were helping young people connect to services or getting something to eat or networking and making friends and connections, at the end of the day, all of that falls apart whenever they're sleeping on the street.
We really went out of our way at Sisu to create a culture and an experience and a place that's truly accepting and welcoming to everyone, no matter what their experiences are or where they're coming from. That was a big priority for the organization. So about close to 10 years ago, I decided that with some of my friends, I wanted to do some fellowship, and we made sack lunches for people that were experiencing homelessness. And I didn't know much about the population, so I had asked on Facebook where I should take them. And among many different opportunities, resources, and areas, someone said, you should really connect with Sisu Youth Services. And I reached out to Penny Reynolds and asked if there was an opportunity for me to get involved, and that was the beginning. Our first client ever will always have like a very near and dear place in my heart. Their situation, their circumstances were just so tragic. We were only open 2 nights a week, and the rest of the time I was driving them to Norman, where they were staying in a shed in like their great aunt's cousin's backyard. But this was the closest thing to a shelter that they could get, and we were only open 2 nights a week. Other shelters at that time wouldn't take people that were under 18, so DHS wasn't putting them in custody. This was the best option they had. And then they would come to the shelter and stay 2 nights a week. And they were a handful, lots and lots of personality, but man, did we have so much fun. And I'll never forget like walking around the corner, and I had no idea, but they were sitting at the piano in the youth room playing. They were the only one at the shelter at the time, playing the piano beautifully and singing Rise Up by Andra Day. I don't know if you've heard that song, but man, it'll I'll rise up, rise through the day. It'll get you in the feelings for sure. But listening to him sing that song, and then it was kind of strange, but it ended up being our theme song for a while, and lots of different youth over different periods of time sang it. It's just exciting to think back about the impact that you make, because if you can impact one person, it just impacts so many generations, and it's a ripple effect. And the kids are definitely why we do this work.
Sometimes youth homelessness can be hard to see. It can be hard to put a number to. And that's because young people are really good at blending in and not necessarily being someone that you see every single day. But there are so many young people out there that are in between systems, that are in between couches, that really just need that extra hand up. Unlike adult homelessness or just homelessness in general, we typically see our young people coming to Sisu more from, it's not necessarily eviction, it's like it is low wages, but it's not just that they can't afford to find affordable housing. It is more of those family strife. Young people aging into their first episode of psychosis. It's young people who their families don't have the resources to be able to take care of them, or their parents are in prison, or they have these systemic and like long-term barriers that are really making it hard for them to be able to get ahead. One thing that makes Sisu shelter a little bit different from others is that we have those smaller dorms that are really custom built for young people experiencing homelessness. So there's only 4 young people in each dorm, but we've got space for 20. They have somewhere to bring their things every single night. They don't have to reclaim their bed. They can leave their favorite stuffed animal on their pillow, and they know that it's going to be there when they come back. Through the last year, we've served over 400. This year, we'll probably hit 500 young people that are coming through that drop-in center to get the basic supplies and necessities that they need, to meet with case managers, and to really be able to look positively forward to something that's next. We also have several housing programs, so we're really looking at getting young people not from this moment of crisis, but all the way through into stability. So maybe that is transitional housing, a host home program, or rapid rehousing, whatever that looks like, to be able to get them into that next step.
Hi, my name is Jaden Alexander. My pronouns are he, him, and my age is 20. I found out about Sisu by just searching youth shelters, and Sisu was one of the ones that popped up. Sisu really pushed me to reach goals. They helped me with scheduling and stuff like that. And so, like, it wasn't just me doing everything, but it was staff motivating me, uplifting and encouraging me to get up every day, and I was able to graduate high school. The thing that I'm most proud of is Sisu instilled money management. I am budgeting my money better. I am not just splurging my money, but I'm like spending wisely. While being at Sisu, I was able to find my passion in helping, and one day I hope to exist too in homelessness overall within the young community in Oklahoma City.
Thank you so much for being part of Sisu. We would not exist without every single person who believed in us all along the way, who poured in support and a shoulder to cry on and everything that we could possibly need. Thank you, thank you, thank you.